What are the best outreach strategies for social media marketing? That's what we're going to be going through today, but before we do, smash that like button for me and make sure your notification bell is turned on, and let's get started with this video. Okay, so I recently put it to the people and asked you guys what content you would like me to make over the next couple of weeks. And this is without a doubt the most requested video that we got. So we're getting it out the way right away. But of course, if you do have any other requests, drop me down a comment below and I will do my best to create those videos for you over the next coming weeks. Now, we're also in a new setting right now. This is one of the desks in the new office, in the new house. And I haven't had the chance to dress this all up yet, but I'm gonna make this like a recording studio space, among with many other recording areas in the property. But yeah, it's a little bit bare at the moment. There's a lot of white wall space and the lighting might not be great, so bear with me for the moment. But anyway, what are the best outreach strategies for social media marketing or SMMA or digital marketing, whatever you want to call it? Now, the first thing I want to start off by saying in this video is that if there's anything I have learned from all of my years in corporate sales and all of my years in closing for my agency is that there is no one size fits all when it comes to outreach. And anybody that tells you that they have this one magic strategy which you need to use, which is going to make you hit 6, 7, 8 figures within your agency, they're talking shit and you need to get away from that person. They're trying to sell you on some kind of program which is probably bogus, and you need to ensure that you adopt a multi-platform strategy within your agency. You cannot use just cold calls or just emails or just DMs or just video outreach. And we are going to be covering all of those individual things in this video, but you cannot expect, to put this into context, let's say you're reaching out to 10 business owners. You can't expect those 10 people to all respond to this same strategy in the same way, okay? And person B, let's say his name's Jonathan, he might respond well to a cold call, but person C, who's Toby, he might respond really well to an Instagram, whereas person D, who's Tobias, running out of names here, might respond or might not even have Instagram. So when you send them an Instagram DM, or you can't even find their Instagram, or maybe another person, you can't even find their phone number. Does that mean that you don't cold call that person or you don't outreach to that person because you can't find a number? No, of course it doesn't. It just means you need to use a different strategy. You need to hit them with another angle. And so you need to have a lot of weapons in your arsenal as an agency owner and as a salesperson. And I'm going to give you all of those weapons today so you can ensure that you hit people from multiple angles, ensuring that you squeeze a yes or a no out of every single prospect. Because in sales, a no is as good as a yes because it means you don't have to waste time following up with that person anymore. So let's start off with probably one of the most obvious outreach strategies, and that is cold calling. And that's the one that many of you know you should be doing, but a lot of you avoid doing because maybe you're afraid of it, you're scared, or you've heard someone on Facebook talking about how cold calling is dead. And if somebody's ever said that, it's absolute crap. They simply don't know how to cold call, or again, they're trying to sell you on something else. Cold calling is still extremely effective. You just need to know what you're doing. And the first thing you need to understand as an agency owner is that cold calling should only be used to secure meetings. It shouldn't be used for you to sign up clients, okay? You do not want to be pressured into speaking on the spot, on the phone, trying to close a client, because you're going to be ill prepared. You'll probably stammer over your words, get super nervous, and it's going to come across unprofessional. You need to be in a closing setting to be able to close new business. And so what you want to do is you want to put together your hit list, first of all. You want to do your prospecting and your lead generation. Put together a list of at least 50 companies in your chosen niche, in your chosen location, whoever you're targeting. Watch one of my other videos on that topic if you want to know how to generate leads. Get your list together, at least 50, so you can sit there and you can spend maybe 2 or 3 hours actually calling up all of those business owners. You want to get straight past what we call the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper is the person that answers the phone. It's very rare that the business owner is going to be calling up straight away. Before you do that though, you want to make sure you have the business owner's first name. This is really important. When you're cold calling, you want to have the business owner's first name because you want to call up that company as if you already know that person. So when the receptionist or the bartender or whoever answers the phone, right, when they pick up the phone and you say, hey, can I speak to John, please? It sounds like you already know John. So they are going to be less inclined to be like, who is this? Of course, they might ask you who you are, to which you can literally say, hey, I just want to speak to John about increasing your revenue, okay? Or, hey, I just want to speak to John about your Facebook page, or whatever you choose, however you choose to angle your cold call. If you want to know my exact script, we're not going to go into that right now, then get a copy of the 15-minute agency. At the minute, you only have to pay for shipping, which is under $10. It's ridiculously valuable for what it is, so read that and you'll be able to get a better idea of my cold calling script. You're then going to go and speak to the business owner, and you're going to proceed to secure that meeting, okay? Let them know that you were on their Facebook page, they're leaving some money on the table, and compliment them on something, and simply state the fact that you want to see if they've got 15 to 20 minutes over the next couple of days where you can come in and share some ideas with them. Hey presto, you've got a meeting, you go ahead, you book that in with them, send them a calendar invite, and you are good to go. Okay, so that's how you would cold call. But you want to make sure that when you follow my script, when you learn my script from the 15-minute agency or whatever script you choose to follow, you make sure you adapt it to yourself. It's really important in cold calling that you do not sound robotic and you do not sound like a salesperson. These calls need to feel to the business owner as if you were doing this on a whim. You were doing this literally spare at the moment because you were on their Facebook, you've seen how great of a job they're doing, but you've also seen how much money and potential they could be making, how much they're leaving on the table, and you want to come in, you want to share some ideas with them. It's super off the cuff, it's very almost informal, and you want to make sure the best way for you to do this is by tailoring whatever script you are choosing to follow to your terminology, to your way of thinking. Do not be afraid to put your own personality in there, because once you do that, you're going to be coming across supernatural, and it's going to enable you to secure more meetings. So that is cold calling. Of course, you want to carry on following up with business owners who you don't reach out, who you haven't managed to get hold of. People often say to me, like, what's the average cold calling conversion rate? I would say on average, you should be getting 1 meeting from 25 cold calls, okay? That is on average, although it really does differ from so many different countries, different niches, variables are huge. But I would say on average, 1 meeting secured from 25 cold calls. And I used to do 100 cold calls a day when I was in corporate sales. So believe me, you can smash them out. So that is cold calling. Then we have email, the second biggest outreach strategy, okay? Email. Literally sending companies an email about your service. Now, the problem with email is that this has been around for so long that it's very easy for companies just to delete your email or for people to just read it and ignore, okay? The problem is that people are so used to getting pitched over email. Whereas with a cold call, once you're on the phone, unless the business owner is very sure of themselves and they're very confident, it's hard for them to push you off the phone until you've actually given them your pitch, by which point you may have pricked their ears up enough for them to actually want to have a meeting with you. Whereas an email, they can read the first line, figure it's a sales email and be like, nah, I'm not interested in that, goodbye, without even reading the rest of the email and having enough time to spike up that interest. So with an email, the most important thing is you need to get their interest right away. You need to have some kind of inconspicuous subject line, something along the lines of, I can help you, or I need to talk to you about something, and have their first name in there as well. Use some kind of mail merging software. I use a bit of software called GMass. There's a link in the description, and this is what we can use to send automatic emails on blast. So I can email 200-300 people at a time and have a mail merged information in there. What that means is we can literally put dynamic information from a spreadsheet. So we can import this big list of all of our leads, and essentially what we would do is we can pull in their first name, their company name, all these little bits of information which make an email look like a personalized email for every single person that receives it. And so that's one of the most important things for you to do. If you are doing emails, you also want to make sure that you follow up on each and every one of those emails, and you can automate that process again with a bit of software like GMass. There are many other email softwares which can automate follow-ups, but I would recommend you following up at least 5 times, or 4 or 5 times. 1 2 days afterwards, 1 4 days afterwards, and again 7 days afterwards, 14 days afterwards, and then 30 days afterwards. If you automate that process and you are reaching out to a number of leads every single day, then this is going to create a steady stream of potential clients who are coming back to you who may receive emails well. But full transparency, email is going to be the least effective outreach strategy which you are going to use in your agency, but you still want to have it in there. It takes you 30 minutes to send 100, 200, 300 emails out on merge to your existing list. And so it's always worth just having them in some kind of email automation. Okay, so that is email. What else have we got? We've got DMs. DMs we can do on many platforms. DMs we can do on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook. Now we have found, and our members have found, that Instagram is the most effective platform to be doing DM outreach. I'll tell you why. LinkedIn is the most obvious one to do. A lot of people push, okay, you need to do LinkedIn outreach for social media marketing. The problem is LinkedIn is becoming like email. People are so used to getting pitched. And by the way, there's going to be a link somewhere around here. Watch my LinkedIn outreach video if you are planning on doing outreach on LinkedIn, and you'll get an idea of just how many people get pitched every single day and how you need to adapt that script. But the problem is with LinkedIn, people are used to being pitched, and so just like email, they can delete your message or not read it before they even get the chance to be interested. Whereas with Instagram, not as many people are being pitched. The most crucial thing if you're reaching out to people on Instagram though is that you don't reach out to the business page, you reach out to the business owner directly. So you spend the time to go on Google, you find the business owner's name, you then Google Instagram and first and last name, and then you're going to be able to flick through all of the different Instagram pages until you find the right person. Based on their picture, you can cross-reference it from other social media platforms, or they might even be lucky enough to have the actual business tagged in their bio. But ensure you always reach out to the personal Instagram page. Same again if you're doing it on Facebook. And always you want to follow up. As with all of these strategies, you want to make sure you follow up, okay? But with Instagram, what we can do is we have multimedia. So we could follow up with a video, a quick video of us saying, hey, I'm really keen to get hold of you. Or we could follow up with an audio note. This is something we recommend for all of our members to do. Send over a quick audio note, send over a quick video. It'll take you as long as it would to send up a quick follow-up message, okay? So that is DMs. You of course can do this on Facebook as well, but we really do find that Instagram is the most effective. Guys, you're noticing that I'm smashing through these right now. I just want to give you the biggest tips that come to mind for each of these outreach strategies. We then have video auditing. Video auditing, there's so many of these. Video auditing, again, is a very, very effective strategy. Video auditing is essentially you sending over a video on Loom. You can use loom.com, again, there'll be a link in the description. And you can use this video recording software to put yourself in the corner of the screen. You don't have to be there if you don't want to. And you can essentially talk through somebody's social media or their website or whatever service you are trying to pitch them on. And so you can give them some hints and tips, give them some free value. The best thing to do and the best way to structure this is number one, start off with introducing yourself. Number two, lead with some value. Go onto their Facebook page and compliment the things that they're doing at the moment. Number two, give them some free advice. Maybe they haven't got reviews turned on. Maybe their images could do with a little bit higher quality content, or their cover photo isn't so great. Give them some kind of valuable advice. Then let them know where they are leaving money on the table. What is the service or the void that you are going to fill for them? Maybe you go onto page transparency and show them that they're not running any ads. That's on the right hand side of a Facebook page, by the way. Click see more, you'll be able to see whether they're running ads. Maybe you'll be able to push on that fact. And you could even, if they're an e-commerce store, go over to their website and really confirm the fact that, hey, look, there are people visiting this website who are not being targeted on Facebook. And you want to make sure this is somewhere between 1 and 3 minutes long. You don't want it to be longer than that because people aren't going to they don't know who you are. Okay, so what you've got to appreciate is you don't want to be arrogant in presuming that people are going to be interested in what you have to say. Generally speaking, if people don't know you, they don't care what you have to say. And so you need to get their interest as soon as you possibly can and keep it short. Respect their time, 3 minutes max, and yeah, you just want to let them know how much opportunity there is. It's the same with email, DM, and cold call. The same strategy that we are following is just we are introducing ourselves and we're complimenting them, striking some kind of interest, and just letting them know we want to secure a meeting. The number one thing that we are doing when we are outreaching is securing meetings. We're not trying to close people by sending them over a simple Loom video. Remember that. Now, Loom videos, you can send them over via email if you like to. You could attach it into one of your email follow-ups. You could send it over via Instagram or via LinkedIn, whatever social platform is preferable for you, whatever one you use the most. But I would recommend you trying out multiple platforms. Instagram or LinkedIn are probably going to be the most effective for you to send these over to people. Now, I don't recommend you sending Loom videos to every single company because it takes a lot of time for you to do that. Don't underestimate how long a 3-minute Loom video takes to record. Just because it's 3 minutes when you send it to them does not mean it's going to be 3 minutes when you record it. I mean, I've literally spent 30 minutes recording a 3-minute Loom video before because you stammer over your words, or you don't just quite get out the message that you want to get out, or you swear in it, or you do something to cock it up. And any of you who are watching this video who do any kind of video recording will know that you will cock up, and it gets very frustrating. And so don't underestimate how long it takes to do a Loom video. And so you don't want to do that for every single potential customer. Maybe only those that you're really trying to get hold of, but you're struggling to get through to them, okay? You're struggling to get through to them on DM, cold call, whatever, and you desperately want to get hold of them. You want to express that urgency and go above and beyond to try and secure that meeting. Okay, those are what I would call the top 4 outreach strategies for beginner agencies, because that's office outreach, okay? You can sit behind your desk or on your laptop or on your sofa, albeit, and you can smash out all of that in 5 hours. You can do all your cold calls, all your emails, all your DMs, and even your video outreach if you're doing that as well. And as a beginner agency, the most important thing is number crunching. You want to be reaching out to 10 to 20 new businesses every single day if you want to scale up at a quick rate. And the only way you can effectively do that consistently is if you are doing office outreach. So you don't really need to concern yourself with any other strategy apart from those 4 when you are first starting out. Now, the only other thing that you could be doing is networking. Every city or every town has networking events for business owners or business brunches. And a lot of people say that networking is a waste of time. And in my experience, it certainly isn't. In some people's experience, it might be. But just networking and rubbing shoulders and elbows with other business owners is not a bad thing. Don't do that right now. In the current climate, this video is being recorded when coronavirus and everything's going on. If you're watching this after that, then great. But networking events can be really great for you to meet new business owners, people who are further ahead than you. And this can benefit you in not just ways that you could secure clients, but also the way that you could be elevated to other people's level just from their motivation and from their energy. But networking events can be really great ways to get yourself in the door in your local business community. And even if you speak to somebody who isn't a potential client, they will know somebody who could be for your business. And so it's worth just dedicating, even if you're dedicating an hour a month to networking events, then do that and see how you get on with it. Every person responds to those kind of things differently. Not everybody is comfortable in that kind of a setting. Now, of course, there are a ton of other advanced and intermediate outreach strategies, and if you would like me to cover those in other videos, please do let me know. But you could run ads to your agency, you could have a case study funnel like we do for the Affluent Agency. In fact, I'll put a link in the description if you want to be nosy. And a case study funnel would just be you getting previous results for your clients, talking through that in almost like a webinar style, and allowing potential clients to fill in an application to actually work with you. That way you pull in inbound leads, you can even run ads to that, but I wouldn't recommend you running ads for your agency unless you are at 6 figures already, because you need to have existing results which you can shout about, and you don't need to be spending money on ads to acquire customers when you have those 4 office outreach strategies, okay? You're just being lazy within your agency. And even if you are running ads for your agency or you've run ads before and you haven't had success, a lot of people have a misunderstanding of how much it costs to acquire leads. It's going to cost you between £20 and £50 or $50, 20 and 50 to acquire leads when you're running ads for your agency, because it's a high ticket service, and so you need to be prepared to spend good money to get good quality leads. Now, of course, there are other strategies you could use, such as reaching out to people on job hunting sites. This can be a really great way for you to find potential clients. You can look on job hunting sites and look for companies who are actively searching for a marketer. You can then highlight the benefits of why they should hire an agency instead, so they don't have to pay all the taxes and the holiday pay and all of that. In fact, I actually interviewed one of our students who does that exact process. Somebody called Nico. He signed up a huge client. There's going to be a link somewhere. I'm pointing that way as if there's going to be a link, but it could just be over here. A guy called Nico Aguay. He signed up a huge 5-figure, actually 6-figure a year client, almost 6 figures a year, from the use of job hunting website. So make sure you go watch that video. And guys, that is the end of this. This feels mega overwhelming, so I don't want to continue on. There are loads of ways in which you can acquire clients as a social media marketing agency. But as a beginner, you do not want to overwhelm yourself with anything more than those 4 that I started off with: cold calling, email, DM, and video outreach. And it's important, the overriding tone of this whole video, anything that you can take from this, just take this one thing, is that you need to have a multi-platform strategy. You need to remember that 10 people that you outreach are not going to respond to one outreach strategy in the exact same way. Someone might respond to DMs well, someone might respond to LinkedIn, and ultimately you need to follow all of those things with each individual person that you are reaching out to ensure that you can squeeze a yes or a no out of every single business owner. Multi-platform will always prevail. Now, I'm probably going to record another outreach video in the future, because now I've given my mind the chance to run wild on this topic. I've realized that I can talk a lot more about this for intermediate and advanced agency owners. So if you want me to make that video, smash the like button for me and drop me down a comment below and let me know you want me to make that. Also, comment below if you're running an agency at the minute and you're having a lot of success acquiring customers or meetings using a different strategy which I haven't mentioned in this video. I want everybody to thrive in this community, so get down there and muck in. So that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Love to you all. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all soon. Cheers, guys.